And we are live. As we go live here, we're going to take just a little moment here as I try to figure out how I can pull up. Oh, there we go. Perfect. So we are live right now. Just a little moment here. All right. So I have to go on here and just give me a second here. Let's look at what we're expecting for Snowfall. Yeah, I know many of you are probably not real thrilled about this, but I just got to put up one little reminder of the Snowfall, and then we are going to get started here. All right. Boom. Just wanted to post that, make sure everyone sees that. Good evening, everyone, as we have about 8 people on. Obviously talking about the chance for some snowfall here, and the big thing that I want everyone to take away from this situation is, yeah, we get snow. This is this is March, and I don't think anyone is surprised by this at all. It's just, I think every year a lot of people are just kind of disappointed by the fact that, oh, maybe this will be a different year, or hey, maybe this year we won't get any snow, but or at least in March. But that's obviously not going to be the case here as we look at what's going to happen here for tonight and for tomorrow. So I just got to make sure this is all right. I got that there. We want to make sure we pull in a couple of people. Got about 15 people on. Folks, share this on your Facebook page if you can. This is going to be obviously important because we're doing things a little bit differently now because I'm not going live on Facebook. Live right now, talking about the snowstorm until tomorrow on Facebook. More stuff with Facebook and adding more problems to everything else that occurs here. But I'm going to make this even smaller. I'm going to make myself smaller so you can see what we're talking about here. Again, if you can share this on your page and let everyone know kind of what the deal is of we're expecting snowfall. West of 35 is going to be the best chances for some snowfall. And how much snowfall will dictate kind of where this storm system goes. So first things first, I do want to highlight, we do have a winter storm warning in play. Let's show you the Des Moines National Weather Service. And this does include, again, most of the area. Now it does look like, we have the majority of North Iowa in this except Howard and Winneshiek. So we're looking at Floyd County. We have Mitchell County. We have Cerro Gordo. We have Worth County. We have Hancock County. And we have Winnebago County. So this is what it says right now from the National Weather Service. It looks like this was all added in here. Currently, again, they are anticipating 5 to 8. I said yesterday and this morning, I thought 5 to 10 was going to be likely. We're going to have some strong winds in excess of 35 miles an hour possible. This is going to start at 1 a.m. tomorrow morning. So just after midnight through about 4 o'clock on Monday. Already hearing some chatter that there's probably going to be some school closings. If you want to get information, I'm going to do a number of these lives here from now until tomorrow. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube page, but I will give updates on YouTube as well. It's been a little bit easier to be able to go live here. And I appreciate everyone that has been on board. Got to give out a shout out to Alpha Roofing Company too for being a great sponsor as they always are. So with this winter storm warning, I want to give you the latest information. I'm going to take you hour by hour in the forecast, and we're going to also look at how much snowfall we're expecting. This is from the National Weather Service, and cheers to all the coffee drinkers. We're going to be up late tonight, baby. So this is pretty much from Highway 30 in north central Iowa north, and this is going all the way in the southern parts of, or at least the southwestern tier, it looks like, of the Twin Cities. Winter storm warning means there's a warning. We are imminently going to be looking at the chance for several inches of snowfall. Again, they're talking about Highway 20 and north. This is what they have put up. The Weather Service finally has increased the numbers. I thought they were way too low to begin with. 5 to 8 seems a little bit more likely. I am still in the area of 5 to 10. Some of those weather folks out there that like to prove, I'd like to challenge me a little bit. I know that's a big spread, But there's going to be spots. Again, the storm doesn't just put a little hole here and says, all right, we're going to take that moisture and we're going to give you exactly 8 inches. We give you that threshold to give you a much better understanding that the low end will be 5, the high end will be 10. It does not automatically mean you're going to get 10. There may even be some south of Highway 20 that will only pick up a couple inches of snowfall. Okay. The other thing you got to look at, we're a probability business. That's one thing that I love to be able to talk about is the probabilities here. And currently the probabilities of 4 inches or greater are running from north of Highway 20 and especially west. I think I said east earlier. I meant west of 218 and west of I-35. You can see that corridor, about a 90% chance for Mason City, about 85% chance for Algona. You will see 4 inches or greater. 6 inches or greater, booyah. Mason City, just about 2/3 of a chance you're going to see that. Higher in Esterville, just below that in Algona, and much lower as you go south. So the worst of this is going to be prime time when kids are supposed to be going to school. Wouldn't be surprised if you're already starting to see school closings in places like Lake Mills, Northwood. I'm thinking also, obviously, Mason City, Newman. I'm thinking of Clear Lake. I'm thinking of Garner. I'm thinking of Britt. I'm going east to Charles City. I think places like Osage. I think Riceville. Number of these spots are likely probably not going to be having school today. I can't speak for superintendents. That would be probably a surprise to me if you're going at least if you go in the morning, I would be shocked. But I think most superintendents are probably going to play it safe here and set things up this way. So again, 5 to 8 inches of snowfall looking to be very, very likely. Folks that are jumping on, please share this on your Facebook page. Take that link that you saw on Facebook and go ahead and share it, and just let everyone know, hey, we're live right now. We're talking about the chances for some snowfall and heavy at times. It's that mid-March snowstorm that we seem to get every single stinking year. Now, parts of the area, we're going to look at the La Crosse National Weather Service. You can kind of dissect right now, pretty much from 218 west, higher amounts, 218 and east, lower amounts, and that's where we have the winter weather advisory that is posted for Howard, Winneshiek, and east, including Decorah, Prairie du Chien, Dubuque, Rochester, Austin, Red Wing, La Crosse, Winona, Wisconsin Dells, and Madison. They're under the winter weather advisory. That's a tier lower than what you typically see with a winter storm. That just means smaller chances of heavier snow, but it does look like still, if we pull up the map from the National Weather Service in La Crosse, that's a pretty good number still. 3 to 5 in Rochester, 4 to 6 in Austin. And remember what happened last time. We were expecting some snowfall to go a little bit farther southwest. That storm moved a little bit more northeast. Osage and Riceville ended up getting about 10 inches of snowfall. That's all it takes just to get something like that for that to happen. Do I seem like I have a lot of energy? I feel like I do. I have a lot of coffee so far. I took a nap this afternoon and bam, bam, bam. Thank you, ma'am. 58 folks. Again, share this on your page. I certainly appreciate everyone being involved in this. And I want to, bottom line with something like this, I want to make sure everyone is ready for this. And I don't want this to be a surprise. I want to make sure we have everyone covered, especially North Iowa. Got folks I know in southern Minnesota, have folks in Wisconsin, have folks all across the United States and world that may be following this. I want to point out this here. The highest impact looks to be between about 3 a.m. and 6 p.m. The worst of this, we're talking about heavy snowfall and icing, could take place at 6 a.m. to about 3 p.m. That's where we're going to see the snowfall. You're going to see the heavier flakes. You're going to see the slippery conditions. You're going to see the whiteout conditions and blustery conditions. Okay. Here's a little bit of synopsis of what the National Weather Service is saying. Expect travel to become slippery for most and hazardous for some heading into Monday. Heavy wet snow will lift through the area late tonight into Monday, likely followed by some freezing drizzle as the snow ends. This time of year, sun angle does not matter what the temperatures are below, but you're going to get some of those higher warmth temperatures before it hits the surfaces. If we have cold temps at the surface, aloft, it might be a little bit warmer. So behind the storm systems, you may see less moisture, easier to warm up those air parcels and those and the liquid particles, and that may allow for some of that to mix in with some freezing drizzle. Again, all updates will be here. We'll make sure we have that for you. As of now, I want to take you kind of through the hour-by-hour forecast of what the latest trends are, and we're going to look at College of DuPage and the high rapid resolution computer model. And it looks like the 0Z is out, and it does not look like it's gone very far. Let's look at the 23Z. So This is last hour, but still really good information, better information than you're going to find in really any other model, because it's taking those conditions every hour. And if it changes slightly, the forecast will switch that slightly as well. Instead of having to wait every 2 hours, every 4 hours, every 6 hours, this gives us a more precise look at what this could all look like. You can see, again, that's what, 4 o'clock, I believe, now we're daylight saving time starting up. So about 4 o'clock, progression already starting to hit I-35. I will take you through timing of what the National Weather Service is saying, and we'll do that after this. But I just kind of wanted to take you through what this all looks like. You can see this. Again, look at where the snow starts. Right about there, we'll say, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, okay? We're looping this thing, and this thing is barely moving. So the fact that it barely moved and there's still a lot of snowfall in about 9 hours, that's where those higher totals are likely going to be. So let me show you some of the latest totals and how sharp, folks, this cutoff is. This is 17Z. So say this is about 11 o'clock noon. They have 0 for Rochester, but they have almost 8 inches of snowfall for Mason City. This is the extreme cutoff that we see so many times in a weird system like this that really could dictate who sees 6+ inches and who may not see stinking anything. Look at the 18Z. This is the long one. This is the last rapid refresh. That's the long term from the HER model, which does a really good job hour by hour. They're suggesting between 3 and 5 for Rochester, but you go just southwest into Austin, Albert Lee, and then especially south of I-90, look at some of these totals. You're almost a foot here. Esterville's almost 15 inches. And look at this slug of heavy snowfall expected in most of Iowa north of I-80. Some ridiculous numbers, okay? Now, this is kind of that conversion that may be a little bit higher with the totals, depending upon the snowpack. We call it the snowfall ratio. It's going to depend on liquid equivalent and all that jazz. I'm not gonna go quite into that, but maybe even shave off a couple inches off here. You're still primarily going to be looking at, in my opinion, unless this thing completely wobbles, weakens, or and moves north or south completely, those folks, the big communities in North Iowa and Southern Minnesota, talking to folks all the way south in Des Moines, Ames, Boone, Nevada, Fort Dodge, Mason City, Decorah, Quad Cities may even get on this, Dubuque, Clear Lake, Charles City, all the way north into Osage, St. Ansgar, Lake Mills, Northwood, Britt, Garner, and then into southern Minnesota. You're looking at Mankato, that could be a half a foot. Albert Lee could be 8 inches. Austin could be 4, 5, 6 inches, depending upon how far north this goes. So this is going to be a system that will produce snowfall. So those that are coming on, I've been asking a few things, and I'll kind of reiterate some of these things. And I appreciate, and I'll show the comments as well if you would like to tell us where you're watching from. Share this on your page. I know we're doing a YouTube style here, but all you have to do is take the share button on your Facebook and share it. Secondly, comment, let me know where you're watching from. And, lastly, hunker down. I mean, if you're expecting some snowfall, you might as well just play with it. All right. We got some shared here. Nathan, appreciate that. Michelle, subscribed, and hi from Britt. Thank you, Stacy. Charles City and Clear Lake. Algona School is closed. If you folks know any schools that have been closed, send this here so we can let everybody know. Barb says, hey, could it maybe head it north? Nate, appreciate the comment. Barb saying the same thing. And Nate says, seems like some of the models taking a heavy of the snowfall west. Correct. I got a few hellos. Let's take a look here. I am going to go to the timing next. I think the timing is so crucial. Here's the timing. And I know this is going all the way back. You can see parts of Winnebago and Hancock counties, okay? you're looking at this, and if you're in Humboldt County, if you're south, all the way south into say, Story County, Polk County, you're going to see this before midnight likely. But it does look like Humboldt to Britt to Hamilton to Butler counties, you may see this between 2 and 4 o'clock. Okay, Hancock to Winnebago to Cerro Gordo, maybe as far north and east as we'll say Worth County, and even into southern Minnesota. You may see this 4, 6 o'clock, maybe just before sunrise. And then in Rochester and Preston and Decorah and Prairie du Chien and Faribault, this may be a little more in the mid to late morning hours. Takes a little while for the stuff to get going, and it might be closer to 9 or 10, and it may not cross the Mississippi until the afternoon. So it's an interesting moving storm. As it hits, it presses, it releases, but it doesn't move. So anyone have any questions? Brad says, Buffalo Center, appreciate you guys following this. Absolutely love it. Got about 15 minutes on. If there's any more questions, appreciate Shiloh watching from Riceville. Michelle, I switched days, so I'm home tomorrow. Smart. We got Royce from Blue Earth. I'm going to wrap this up, but I will be back with another update. May not be tonight, but especially I will see that early tomorrow morning. I will be setting my alarm. We'll be going live on Facebook. Make sure you subscribe to Nelson Media Company for the latest weather updates. Otherwise, we will be posting this on Facebook, and you can always watch this anytime. Take care, and God bless, folks.